On the Monday, we got the opportunity to sit in a meeting with our SELMS consortium customers and learn how the product journey impacts the customers and the usability. And we also got to see the way you can direct a conversation in the meeting to benefit the customer most.
So in terms of the product development, at least on that side, we spent a lot of time in meetings, and that was really educational towards me, at least, for learning information about spiders and how these specific OPACs run. And I felt that at least my specific knowledge of it greatly increased because I knew basically nothing coming from the consumer end as being a library patron. So it was very enlightening learning about all the behind the scenes information and just talking about all the different ways things are done and how things can be changed, like we talked about on Monday and Wednesday with some of the people from SELMS and suburb libraries, which I thought was really.
I had worked on product management prior through agile development and other software management projects that I've worked on before. However, I got to see it from a company perspective rather than a project perspective, and that was interesting to me. And they highlighted a few core values that they tend to use. For example, they used RICE, which is reach, impact, confidence and effort, and that allowed them to prioritize the customer needs that were most attainable at the time, most viable and most feasible, and to be able to see what could be done in the future about bigger demands as well. Additionally, we also talked about the transfer from finding out what the customer needs are to getting to a prototype to be able to show that to the customer and create the final product.
During the product management week, we sat in a meeting with the SELMS consortium to review their feedback, improvements and enhancements that they required for their OPAC. One of the key methodologies that I learned was that you have to think about the journey of the end user and put yourself in their shoes, so then you can combine it with what our customers want to improve on our product.
Well, I think that working directly with the customers allowed us to see the points of view that we weren't previously seeing from Civica software, and it helped to kind of direct our approach towards them.
Well, through speaking to customers, we definitely learnt what they need, because that's the whole point of obviously building as a software, is it's for the customers, so you need to get what their issues basically, and their issues were sort of more accessibility issues towards them, the librarians themselves, and how they can input changes, because they feel that maybe it's not as neat and as easy to do now, very complicated. So I think that very much helped form our ideas for the meeting that we did this week, talking about that.
We collaborated with SELMS, and we also collaborated with Southwark Libraries, and that taught me how to talk to customers about what they wanted and to be able to streamline what they wanted from the service specifically, because each customer wanted something different out of the products that we give to them from Civica. And to be able to try and get what they want perfectly can be hard, but it's never impossible. So it's just about being able to ask the right questions to the customer and prioritize what the bigger moves are that could solve more questions.
As a team of interns, we led and directed a meeting with the Southwark Council. Getting thrown into the deep end was a great learning experience, as we had to learn on the fly how to direct and extract the best ideas to ultimately improve on our own product.
From our session with Victoria, I felt like you really have to bring something to a company. You've got to have a niche, and you've got to be original and have something that you are passionate about, and that you can start from really any field and bring any background, and you can get somewhere.
So she spoke a lot about her experience, which was very informative about not just this, but other fields and how companies are structured and work, especially with the customer-facing side.
Victoria managed to do a session with us talking to us about her previous career and her current career and what she does at Civica. and she talked to us about multiple roles that she's done before, such as sales, consulting, development, and many others, and it was all quite insightful. She also gave me some graduate advice for I graduate next year and I would like to do a graduate scheme. So she was very, very helpful in all of those fields.
Well, Victoria provided some extremely useful insights into how to shape our future careers, as she has been there and done it. So one of the key lessons that I took away was rather than just grabbing and utilizing the opportunities that you're given, you have to create your own ones.